joined by the famous father of four, financial advisor, Emmanuel Asuquo. Hello.
In the house.
Now, if you remember back to the very beginning when we started Alexis Conran and Friends, we started by trying to save you £1,000 over a week. We did that back in January, the first shows. Well, today, as an Easter treat, we're going to try and save you £1,000 in one day. I've been told he can do it. So, Emmanuel, you are our very own Easter bunny with all the surprises. Where should we start?
I don't know, I've been called many things in life, but never bunny. I would take it as a compliment.
So, but you're thinking that actually with these tips that you're going to give us now, the things that people can do at home right now, they could save themselves up to £1,000.
No, definitely. But definitely save yourself hundreds of pounds. There's so many different things here you will be able to save.
All right, let's kick off. What's your top one?
Look, Top Cashback. I don't know if anyone's heard about Top Cashback or done this before, but basically, if you're going out to spend, before you go and buy anything, there's this website called Top Cashback that you can go on there and see if the thing you're buying is on the site and you can get a discount. So we're looking at brands like Currys, Morrison's, Argos, M&S, all of these places that we like to shop. You can go on Top Cashback and there could be a code and you could save yourself money.
Okay.
Things that you're going to buy anyway.
So these are things that you would buy anyway, and they're cashback sites.
Yes.
So you navigate to the website. It's called Top Cashback. You go in there. And there's also an app that you can get.
There's an app that you get, and then you through the app, and then you can see all the different things you can buy, and then you get money back for spending.
What's the catch?
What is the catch? That's so
There's
good.
nothing like free money, and like they always say that.
Yeah.
I don't know the catch at the moment.
There's no catch, but is it the fact that Top Cashback, because it's so popular, direct so many people to consumers? So it's almost like a sort of let's say, alternative advertising. You go through them, you go to the retailer, and the retailer, as a little thank you for them, gives you a little bit of a discount. They get a bit of that discount.
They enjoy a little.
So they have it to kick back. So Top Cashback is a good one. And you can do it for all sorts of things, by the way. If you want to do airport parking or you want to do transfers, they're all sorts of things. It's not just
things
products.
like restaurants and...
Yep.
Yeah, the discounts on meals as well. So, yeah, you can have a look at that. So, Top Cashback, there's the app and there's the website. What's your next one? Because this one I have never heard of before.
No, this one's a good one. Shopium.
Shopium.
Like premium.
Shopmium.
Like premium, but shop.
Easy for you.
Oh, I get it.
Yes,
like shop.
definitely.
I love the fact that Toby, every time we do this, it's a big notepad out.
Hey, listen,
and he writes everything down.
This is free financial advice. I'm loving it.
It's just right. Shopmium.
Shopmium.
What do they do?
So just on the Top Cashback, you could save up to £345 in a year. So that's what.
In a year. Okay, so Top Cashback will save you just over £300 in a year.
Now, Shopmium, basically what we do in shopping, if you can go on the app, find something that you're going to buy. So, for example, they've got 50p off Warburton's bread. They've got £1 off Kellogg's cereal, for example. You find it on there. You go into the shop, you buy it, keep your receipt, upload your receipt. They'll give you the cash back, the discount back.
Oh, that does sound That sounds a bit faffy. If I'm being, is that just me being lazy?
That's you being lazy.
Oh, OK, fine. Fair call. Fair call.
You being lazy.
I think the thing is a lot of these.
It's been decided.
You need to be proactive, don't you, to get out and find. As Cherry's saying, lazy.
But you've got to. That is a shenanigans level 7, I think.
But you've got to go out there and find.
Back in the day, we would have to go into a magazine, get scissors,
That's right.
cut it out, try not to cut the coupon out, and then take it in there. Then you've got to go through your purse, ruffle through it, find the right one, and give it over, flatten it so they could actually open it. Try and scan it.
Exactly.
Half the time it's been in there so long, the barcode's faded. I think this is a lot easier.
Yeah, I think you have been told.
No, shenanigans level 7.
Shopmium, as it's written there, is it an app? Is it a website? What is it?
Shopmium is an app. It's an app that you can use. They have a website as well that you can use, and you can go on there. And it's just a way for you to get money back on things that you'll be spending money.
Come on, write it down.
You're basically browsing sort of a coupon section.
Yeah, coupon section.
But it's done digitally.
And what they're saying is that you could save up to £50 on a weekly shop.
£50 on a weekly shop.
That's a lot.
It depends on what you're shopping, because for some of us, our weekly shop is only £50.
Yeah.
But depending on how big your shop is.
If you have 4 children, for
like
example.
myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I am reliably informed that you can get a nice sign-up gift when you join Shopmium. So there you go.
They're doing a big Christmas shop as well, something like that, where you doing. It's a mega shop.
But big shop. But this is meant to be weekly, so you use it regularly and just save all the time. I mean, we're shopping regularly, right? So
Okay.
you can find stuff on there.
Your next tip, please.
Emma. Has anyone heard of Emma?
I don't know, Emma.
No, you don't know. Emma is amazing, absolutely fantastic. So gone are the days where you need to have this big spreadsheet, you know, the Excel spreadsheet that no one likes to use Excel, and you have to work out all your incomings and outgoings. Emma is an app. It's a smart app that allows you to budget. It helps you budget your money. And not only that, it connects to your bank account. It looks at your spending, looks at your costs, looks at your outgoings, your regular outgoings, and it reminds you that it might be that you've got regular outgoings come up to make sure you don't miss a payment, which some of us have done, and it can affect your credit. So it helps you not miss payments and so forth.
What does it alert you?
It alerts you, and it shows you your outgoing. It shows you, it looks at your spending habits and where you're spending money. You can go in there, get a breakdown of where your money's going. You can create budgets for different things. So if you want to have a budget for holidays, budgets for birthdays and so forth, budgets for going out, it can allow it all to be done within
If you listen really carefully, you can hear the sound of financial advisors crying all over the place.
And this is a website, an app. How can people get hold of this?
Emma's an app.
Amazon app?
Great app. So
That sounds amazing.
you can go on there, you can connect it has open banking, so you can connect your bank accounts to that, and it helps. So you can see what happens with all your banks, so you don't need to go and ride on yourself.
Okay.
Emma to do it for you.
We're going to do a little bit of spring cleaning advice as well on things that you should just have another look at as well before we move on. But Cherry, you already use an app, don't you?
I do. I use one. Am I allowed to say which one it is? Or
Yes, you are.
People are going to come for me. I use Moneybox, and that rounds up spending so that if you spend £9, it will save the £1, sort of round it up to 10. And I now love it so much, and I've watched it grow over the years incrementally. Now I actually have a direct debit that I pay into, and then they invest it into stocks and shares. So it means I cannot touch it. The amount of times that I've been like, God, I would love that money, and I haven't used it, and I'm so grateful that I haven't been able to nibble it like a squirrel.
Okay.
It's away from me.
And obviously, you know, when we're dealing with stocks and shares, we should say that they could go up as well as down.
I have to say, it hasn't gone that
As well as
up.
you planned.
It's not gone down, but it is money.
But
the main thing
helped
is
you.
it's money I can't touch.
Toby, do you sort of do things like that? Do you use apps, or do you sort of...
I don't really, but I've just been sort of alerted to it. Somebody told me about these cash management platforms.
Is that like Emma? Is that...
No, they're slightly different. This is more about if you've got savings account and current account. It's very easy for us all to get lazy and not look at what's actually out there. So I'm really joking. But these management platforms, there's a few of them out there now, and they will introduce you to maybe 50 or 60 banks and rates that you never even heard of, banks that you didn't know it existed. And they're bringing you better rates on your savings, better rates on your current account. And if you pay a fee, you can have that all managed as well.
All right.
So I'm just looking into those at the moment.
Well, look, maybe Emmanuel's got a little bit more good advice for you there, because we're going to look now at your spring cleaning to-do list. So these are things that you can just do now that might catch a little bit of a few areas that you might be overspending, perhaps, and you can cut down. So, Emmanuel, first up on your spring cleaning to-do list is?
Before we move on, we haven't told the viewers that Emma could save you £600 a year.
£600
a year.
That's how much we just overspend by not having things managed.
We all like Emma now.
We love Emma.
Best friend.
Need to get her on the show. Right, go on. Spring clean to-do list. What are we going to...
So my favourite one every year that I tell people is switch your bank account.
Really?
So every year
I've been with my bank account since I was 14.
No, but this is where you're going wrong.
And doesn't it take so much hassle, isn't it?
So what you do is you open an account just to switch every year. So you don't have to switch your main bank account. You just have to switch a current account. So I have an account specifically that I switch. There's rules that with them, there has to have a certain amount that goes into them, and sometimes they have to have at least 2 direct debits or whatever. But that's just that account. And every year I switch that same account and get paid from a different bank to do the same thing.
Okay, I understand what you're talking. So I've got a main account where my business and my personal, all of that's in one. But I recently opened an account with Nationwide because I got free travel insurance and free AA, which I needed. I needed AA insurance anyway, AA coverage, and that you only needed to put a certain amount in.
Yes.
So I've got all of those benefits for not...
Great. So switching accounts because you can get some extra benefits, some cashbacks and all sorts of things.
There's one giving £200 right now. I mean, £200.
You're allowed to say who?
Oh,
Put it out there.
Come on.
It's a direct line.
Direct line.
And their customer service.
Yeah,
is
customer
always
service,
winning every
fantastic.
year.
Okay, let's move on because I want to squeeze them all in before we run out of time.
So obviously review your bills. So look at reviewing the bills that you've got going out, looking at your regular payments, see what's going out, review your bills, review your spending and so forth. My favourite is actually also, I do a direct debit health check every year. So I look at all my direct debits and then I rank them. So I say, you're really important, you're not as important. And the ones at the bottom, just like in football, I try to relegate them. I try to get rid of the bottom three.
The sound of that.
And if I can't get rid of the bottom three, I call them up and say, I don't really need you, give me a better deal.
Oh, this is
really?
But this is so much the case. People ring these people up because, like phone companies, for example, they're not going to ring you and say, oh, Emmanuel, I've got a great tariff you need to be on. They'll just leave you on the higher tariff.
Exactly.
Same with a lot of these people. Car breakdown.
I
Call
love
these people up and
That's
say,
great.
look, I'd like to stay with you, but I've had a better offer.
Yeah.
What can you do? And I've been with you for 10 years. They come back.
Is that with like phone and internet and things like that?
Yeah, I really love that because
I do too.
doing that review and taking the bottom three and going, do I really need those and can I get a better deal off them? A quick one before we run out of time. You've got one more for us.
Pensions. Now, for a lot of people, we talked about housing earlier in the show, pensions for a lot of people are going to be your biggest asset if you don't own a property. And we don't spend enough time actually looking at where are we with pensions and where are our pensions. Some of us have pensions sitting in old accounts, paying high fees, not getting much performance, and actually they could be removed. So
and if you have a private pension, it's still the most tax-efficient way of saving, isn't it?
Yeah, great. Nothing.
It really is.
To save like that.
Yeah.
But put your pensions, put them together, you could save yourself thousands just on that alone.
Yeah. Okay, so pensions, you can consolidate, rank your direct debits. I love the old relegation system. Reviewing the bills. We talked about this before at the beginning of the year. So many things are on your bills that perhaps you're even unaware of. I know that a lot of people maybe buy something and whilst buying it, they've accidentally signed up to a monthly subscription. It might be a small amount, but every little helps there. So
who's top of the table? Who's going to win the championship then?
Oh, you got to pay your mortgage. So
really
important.
Yeah, you don't want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
You don't really get that. But with all those things, you're confident that people, if they put them all together, they could save themselves perhaps up to £1,000.
Definitely.
Wonderful stuff.
Amazing.
Wonderful stuff. Well, look, that is it for today. Thank you so much to the three of you, Emmanuel, Cherry and Toby, for keeping me company on the very last show of this series of Alexis Conran.
We love you!